1st, fire managers raised the evacuation level for the Pioneer Fire, how they're trying to fight the largest active fire in the country. And we begin with breaking news. Fire managers have bumped up the evacuation level for some homes surrounding the Pioneer Fire. In fact, it is now the country's largest active fire. This fire is up to a level 2 evacuation notice for roughly 20 homes. That means those residents should be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. But it's not a mandatory evacuation. Fire managers want people to be on alert with the extreme fire behavior. Nearly 1,800 firefighters have it 50% contained. Fire breaks are helping slow the fire. The other fire near Lowman, the Rough Fire, has grown slightly. It's burned more than 2,000 acres in the pine forest. No structures are threatened. Because of its remote location, firefighters say it will probably burn until the end of the season. And a small fire in Gem County should be completely controlled in a few hours. The Bish Fire burned between 10 and 15 acres. No structures in nearby Emmett were threatened. Now, forest rangers say they've recently found at least a dozen illegal campfires in the Boise National Forest, and rangers think people caused half of this year's fires. So, as a reminder, campfires are permitted only in those designated fire pits in a designated campground. The power is back on for homeowners and businesses in Idaho City and the Roby Creek areas. It had to be shut off this morning for 3.5 hours as Idaho power crews replaced power poles damaged by the mile marker 14 fire. Scott Logan tells us that affected some 2,500 customers. He continues our fire season coverage.
I'm near Hilltop, and right behind me is an Idaho power crew. There have been 5 crews working as fast as they can to replace 12 power poles in the area that were severely damaged by the mile marker 14 fire last month. Idaho Power timed the controlled outage so it would happen before school started and before midweek food deliveries in Idaho City. The utility company had to flip the off switch to replace a dozen power poles burned by fire in July.
And if we didn't replace those right away, our fear was that if we had a major windstorm or some kind of severe weather incident, we'd possibly lose the whole line. And in that case, you're talking about a much more prolonged outage.
Residents and businesses in the Idaho City area say they received ample warning.
They called and they sent us emails, and there was advance notice. I mean, we all knew ahead of time.
And for those businesses without their own generators, it was a snow day in the summer.
We sleep in. We take care of chores at home, walk our dogs. I rely on the electricity for my t-shirt press, for my embroidery machine, to be able to put, items together.
People in the Roby Creek, Placerville, and Star Ranch areas also went without power during the repairs. It has been a big outage, but it had to be done, and it had to be done soon due to the damage to the power poles. Near Hilltop, Scott Logan, KBOI 2 News.
For continuing coverage of fire season, make sure to watch KBOI 2 News at 5:30, 9, and 10. Online, head to our website, that's KBOI2.com. And follow us on social media. If you have a smartphone, download our KBOI 2 News mobile app for news as it breaks.